everybody, my name is Celine Cassandra Laokin, and the topic that I'm going to teach you today is I'm going to introduce you the cello. So basically, cello is a string instrument of the violin family. It has 4 strings that is perfectly tuned in fifths, which is the C2, G2, D3, A3. So the cello is an octave lower than the viola. The objective for today's lesson is I'm going to explain about the history of the cello, knowing the size, body parts and accessories, and cello posture and instrument position. So first thing first, I'm going to explain the history of cello. So, the cello was invented in the 16th century. It came from the northern Italy in 1550. So the cello was invented years after the violin and viola were invented. So the history of the cello is linked with other string instruments like harp and lyre that were extensively used by ancient civilization to make music. So the cello came to the limelight for the first time in northern Italy. It's on the 1550. It is a member of the violin family and was initially called the bass violin. In Italy, it is called the viola da braccio. It was invented by Andrea Amati, and he was the first person who got exposure for making cello. The next thing is I'm going to explain the cello size and age. So as you can see here, there are various sizes of cello, which is the 1/8, 4/2, 1/2, 3/4, and 4/4. So every cello size is from the small to the big size. So if you want to choose a cello, you have to know your age, and now you can pick any cello that is comfortable to play and easily to play with your height and body posture. For an example, I am 21 years old, so the right cello size for me is the 4/4, which is the biggest one. So if the age is 4 to 6 years old, they may use the 1/8, which is only 77 centimeter. If you have children which is on the age of 4 to 6 years old, they can use the 1/8 cello size because it is comfortable to play and it's slightly little than the bigger one. Next, I'm going to explain the cello body parts. So this is the cello body parts. As you look up here, you may see the scroll. So the scroll, starting with the scroll, so the scroll is a wooden design atop of the cello. Below the scroll is you can find the pegs and the peg box. So the peg box holds the tuning pegs. Each peg holds the string in place. Below the peg box is the nut. So the nut is a narrow wooden horizontal support that provides each string with a notch at its upper edge. Below the nut, we can see the neck of the cello, which is the fingerboard and purfling. That is the upper bout. As you can see here, it's the lower body of the cello, which has the strings C, G, D, A. Next, you find the F holes, which is cut in a fancy letter of F. Between the F holes, you can see the bridge. So the bridge, which anchors the strings at their lower end and keeps them in place relative to each other and the fingerboard. So below the bridge, you can find the fine tuners. Fine tuner below the bridge is used to make tuning easier and more precise, and altogether much easier to work with the top peg. Below the fine tuners, we can find the tailpiece of the fine tuner and tail gut at the end of the tailpiece. So that is the lower bout of the cello. And the last one is the end piece. End pin is used to support the weight of the cello. So this is the structure of the bow. So this is the tension screw, heel, frog, bow hair, stick, bow, and the tip. Before you start playing the cello, you have to tighten this tension screw so that the bow hair will be tightened and not loose. After you play, you can lose the tension screw so that the bow hair will lose the tension. The next one is the cello accessory. There are many accessories for cello. So the first thing is case, cello case. Case are used to protect the cello and bow. So we have to put the cello inside and the bow inside so that the cello is safe and not dusty. The next thing is rosin is made from resins tapped from conifers. So before playing, you have to apply the rosin to the bow hair. It is to increase the effectiveness of the friction, the grip bite, and allow proper sound production. The next thing is metronome. Metronome provides a steady tempo by sounding out a certain number of beats per minute. The next thing is the woof tone eliminator. Woof tone eliminators are placed on cello string between the tailpiece and the bridge to eliminate acoustic anomalies known as the woof tone or woof. The last one is the stopper. So the stopper or end pins or strap. The stopper is used to keep the cello from not sliding if the end pins does not have a rubber piece on the end. Or you can use the stopper if the floor is too slippery. So the next thing is the cello posture and instrument position. So if you play the cello, we must look our body posture. So this is the correct sitting for playing the cello. I'm going to show you how cello posture and instrument position on playing the cello. So the first thing you need to do is you have to sit on a chair with straight back and the knees, and you have to float your head, and you have to make your shoulder more broad. So you have to pull up the end pin of the cello, and you have to measure it with the twice of the measurements of your hands. So the correct height for cello playing is the cello scroll must be underneath your nose. You have to sit down and slightly set aside your cello near your ears. So the pegs must be near your ears. And make sure that you will be able to look left or right, down and up. As you can see here, the C bout or the lower bout of the cello must be near the knees. So you have to pull up your legs to set the cello on the center of your body. If you want to make sure that you can play easily and comfortable, you have to pull up your hands and do like this, like a wing. While flapping like this, it actually relaxes your muscle, so your muscle will be relaxed while playing the cello. And that is the correct posture and instrument position of playing the cello. So I have come to an end of my teaching, and I hope you guys know the history of the cello, the size of the cello, the body parts and accessories of the cello, and the posture, the body posture, and instrument position. So thank you for watching and have a nice day.